history, right? Knowing, okay, it's good to be aware of things like what happened at Black Wall Street and how they killed and murdered what was a thriving financial, cultural ecosystem that was built entirely off the backs of those people who happen to be Black, because a lot of people don't know that. There's value in knowing different pivotal events in the history of a group of people for various reasons. But eventually, there comes a point where we can either continue to look back at history or we can look forward. If we're still looking back at history, we then have a decision, okay, are we gonna focus on all the car accidents back in the rearview mirror? Are we gonna pay attention to all of the wonderful driving that's happening, to all the accomplishments? Because even the idea of getting rid of, critical race theory, well, one should ask the question of, okay, could that practice, once again, I'm not an expert on it, right? This is just me trying to pose questions from this side of the fence. Was that a flawless methodology? Was it perfect in what it was communicating and trying to achieve its goals? Well, if it's like most other things, no, it wasn't perfect. So before people get too frustrated about it being eliminated, maybe take a pause for just a second and say, okay, could we then replace this with something better perhaps? And what does that look like? Does it need to have its own framework, that it's given its own nomenclature and system that almost seems separate from just this idea of learning and wisdom and knowledge and history? Because I think too often when these things get put into boxes, just like a person or a whole ethnicity or history of lineage of a person gets put into a box of a color or something that you circle in on a Scantron, it can remove people from the realities of what has actually gone on and what lies ahead.